Right now, it might be a couple of little local people that's doing okay, and they're buzzing and they're on their way up there.
Who do you see in that spot?
So
who do you see that's making
now,
moves? Yep.
and this is from me as a DJ standpoint.
You see, I'm Southside reppin', Bigfoot steppin'. Zone 3 section is God flow perfection. Hating on the church like I ain't blessed they section. If we ain't talking money, I got a weak connection. That's on the hood. She said get a bag, so I get it, got it good. Don't complain about my problems, I just put it in a wood. Seen a genie the other day, she said make it good. So I wish for good health, then I wish the look. It's chief, not lieutenant.
Rockin'. Another episode of Live on Lake Street. We got another legend in the building. DJ Inferno, welcome, sir.
What up? Y'all know what it is, man. I Kill Clubs in the building. What's up?
Yes, sir, man. Well, I appreciate you joining me. I know we've talked before about doing an interview.
Yeah.
And I don't know, for whatever reason, shit never just really worked out. Probably has something to do with our location before.
Timing, yeah. Y'all was like in Canada somewhere.
We were in Canada. Yeah, man. So, but here we are. And sometimes I forget like where we're at. Like when you said earlier on my way, I'm like, all right, we got a little while. I went to the door. You were there. I'm like, oh yeah, we're right here. We're right here. Yeah. So you're coming from a gig right now, right?
Nah, I came from smashing a basketball team, and winning another championship belt. That's what I just came from.
God damn. Well, congrats. So you're out here hooping too.
Yes, sir.
On top of killing clubs and all that shit.
Trying to stay in shape, you know.
Yes, sir.
Trying to get sexy factory like Southside over here.
He's not supposed to be here. He's the producer. So I want to start with the Rushmore, DJ Rushmore. Actually, you know what? Let's not start with the DJ Rushmore. I want to start with some of the other. What was the one that you saw that was the most inflammatory that we did? Was it the North Side? I feel like the North Side Rushmore really got shit going. I want your thoughts.
That shit dead.
It's dead.
So I'm gonna tell you why.
Yes, please do.
All these people, all these artists talking about how dope they are, how hot they are, all this shit. What have you actually done? Where is your music getting played on a consistent basis? What have you done with the music, or what has the music done for you that has changed your life?
Isn't that your job, though?
The hell no, it ain't
to play the music?
Play music. I play what people want to hear.
Okay.
Half the artists that people be putting up, don't nobody want to hear that shit. And that's not no disrespect to their music. Not saying that it's whack. The problem is all these artists will get one song, and the song might be decent. Then, okay, us DJs start playing it. Then it gets a little more decent. Now a few people know it. Then you know what happens? Absolutely nothing, because the artists just either do some stupid fuck shit and go to jail, beat up the girl, disappear because they emotionally depressed, and you never hear from them. And then that buzz they had.
I feel like you're talking about somebody specific.
This scenario happens a lot.
Yeah, it does. I know.
So nobody, and I mean nobody from Minnesota currently should be talking about who's the best of what, because you know what? We all living in this same 20-mile radius, and we all still damn near living check by check. And like I said, you might have had one hot song, and I guess there's no disrespect talking about the artists, saying the artists are trash. Mind you, some of them are.
I was gonna say it's a little disrespect, but yeah, I'm with
some
it.
of them
I'm
are. I'm not gonna tell you that everybody's hot,
Yep.
But the thing is, and then you gotta remember, what are you basing the criteria of? Like, how do you make the Rushmore of anything? Like, what's the criteria for the North Side? What are people going off of? Because I can name off 10 people, you can name off 10 people, he can name off 10 people, but they can just be people that I, personally like, or they can be just somebody because I heard somebody say they was dope. But if, you know what I'm saying, right now, to me, nobody's going hard enough. No artist is going hard enough. They all need to do more.
So do you have a solution to this?
My solution is well, one, you got to educate yourself on the business.
Yep, agreed.
2, understand the recording of the song is just the beginning. That's almost the easiest part. Getting your quality sound, mixing and masters to make it sound quality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you have to remember marketing and promotion costs 3, 4, 5 times more than what it costs to record your music.
Yeah.
And that's the most important part. Just like, I'll give you an example. We've all heard some super duper, extremely corny, extremely whack song. But you hear that song on the radio 36 times a day, might be 36 times within an hour. What they do, they either, as an independent label, put a bunch of money into getting these spins and getting it played and getting it into the right hands, or they're signed to a record label that the record label, to get them on these radio stations and get them in this tour, is a phone call. So they have to understand you got to start spending money now. And then the other thing you have to understand, nobody owes y'all artists shit.
Nobody owes anybody shit.
Exactly.
I agree.
So all this, well, the DJ is supposed to. Nah, we ain't supposed to do shit but rock clubs. So back in the day when it was mixtape DJs, and our job as mixtape DJs was to blow shit up, but mixtapes are dead now. Everything's about playlists, and the real playlists are all owned by the platform that they're on.
Yeah.
So the biggest Spotify playlists are owned by Spotify. They'll just get, for example, like Rap Caviar to sponsor it or throw their name on it, but they're actually owned by the platform. A lot of people don't understand how a lot of that background shit works.
Yeah.
But the artists need to stop depending on other people. There's so much stuff that the artists can do, and they need to educate themselves on the business and the things that need to happen after the song is done. Just like, for example, now, and they call spamming people on social media grinding. That's not grinding.
Yeah. There's a way to do it that can be effective. But just if my song isn't the hottest song in the world, you can have my baby mama on every post. That's not it.
Yeah.
That's not it.
So, and then, I mean, inboxing links. You don't even follow me on any type of social media, but you go inbox me a link. Play my shit, fam. Nah, I'm good.
So if somebody does want to get something to you, what's the right way to do it?
The best way to do it is come to the club early.
Okay.
Or hit me on social media. Hey, I'm going to send you, is it all right if I'm going to send you this track?
Yeah.
Let me know what you think. Or if you like it, spin it, whatever the case. Send the actual file. Oh, let me get loud. Let me get closer to the mic.
Yeah.
Send the actual music file. We do not DJ from links. Links don't count for us DJs.
Yeah.
We don't DJ from our phones. At least real DJs don't. So send us the actual MP3 or WAV or AIFF file, whatever you got. Tag your song properly. Put in the metadata. So when we put the song in our computer, your name pops up as an artist. If you got the producer information, the producer pops up, the name of the song, whether it's the clean version, the dirty version, the DJ version, like all of that stuff matters. And this is what the artists don't do. Don't tell me you got the hottest song in the street, and then I'll be like, all right, cool, send it to me. And it's from bitchesgetdick@gmail.com, track 3. The fuck is track 3? See what I'm saying? Like, that already there is like, y'all don't understand there's a way to do things. You have to understand email blasts. You have to understand how to get stuff from record pools for us DJs. So, and for all y'all artists that think we anti-Minnesota artists, we not. Y'all anti-yourselves because y'all all think that we owe y'all something. I guarantee you there's not an artist in this city that can stop me from DJing as much as I'm DJing. I don't owe y'all nothing. I can never play not one Minnesota artist, and I guarantee you I still be DJing as much as I DJ. Guaranteed.
So it sounds to me like what you're saying, the problem is, and I don't know what the solution is, but the problem is artists here don't have good management.
No.
And I've noticed this as well. There's a lot of, I don't want to say fake managers, because I think that people have good intentions, but don't do the research, don't get educated on how to actually manage an artist. They're just out here going off the top of the head, and that's not working.
I agree.
So that's a problem. And then the other problem is what sounds like is money.
Yeah,
funding.
and don't get me wrong, everything doesn't cost. And if the other thing is building relationships, if you build relationships with the right people, some of the things that you have to pay for, you may not have to pay at all because you know this person and this person understands you as a person. So they want to help you out as a person. And also, or you can get a plug or a discount. Yeah. And a lot of times, just like I've had artists come to me and ask me to manage them, and I always tell them no because I understand where my limits are to help artists. And I'll tell them, man, I was like, I can help you do this. I can help you do that. I can help you do all of this stuff. Anything else, I can give you advice on. But I don't want to be your manager. And a lot of times, it may not even be about the music. It's just like, you as a person, I don't trust you as a person. Not like you'll steal from me or something like that, but let's say...
You don't know that they're not going to go to jail tomorrow.
Yeah.
You don't know that they're going to be consistent with their music. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, let's say if I take an artist and I walk him into 300, let him talk to our guy Ryan. Meet him, introduce him, do all that, get him connected. Ryan likes his music. Let's say something happens. Then that artist... don't show up to something they're supposed to show up for.
Now you look like an
Or
asshole.
Ryan says he's going to do something and all of a sudden for whatever reason he can't do it and it changes or alters. Now you want to get all extra ignorant hood with him and act like you want to fight him. That's not how it works. You can't bully and punk everybody. And then a lot of times I know a lot of cats that spent tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of money and the music was decent and the music never went nowhere. It was because they were rubbing people the wrong way because they had money. So a lot of times artists can get more things done if they hire like a manager or someone to represent them business-wise.
Yeah. So they don't have to be in that mix. They don't have to deal with all that.
But unless you have a friend that's what they want to do for a living, you got to pay for that.
Facts. I did the research.
Yeah.
I did the education on what it takes to be a manager. Fuck that.
I know. And then you got to remember most of the artists here that think they need a manager or even a PR, you're not even doing enough to have either, need either.
Yeah.
You're not where you think you're at. And so, and like back to the Mount Rushmore thing, like I said, what's the criteria?
So in my opinion, and I'm not taking blame or credit for the Mount Rushmore. That was our social media staff, and it did what it was supposed to do. It got the conversation started. We're sitting here talking about it. You obviously have strong opinions about it, and everybody does. So for me, it was more like giving people that have had an impact, regardless of whether or not they burst through that ceiling and made it to the top. It was giving them their flowers.
So I agree with that, but that's where all the BS starts because you may be thinking, oh, I'm doing a great thing. I'm going to give people these flowers. But then you get, oh, he ain't even really from the north side. Yeah. He was born in Faraday, Louisiana. He ain't, then you get all the secrets come out. Yeah. His baby mama got one eye, like all that dumb shit. Like,
is that a bad thing, though?
No.
I feel like that's a good thing.
Like
getting all that shit on the table is a good thing.
Is good.
Because those people have been feeling that way regardless.
So, yeah. So my problem is it's all local shit.
Yeah.
Who cares? If the point is not to compete with the local stuff, is to go from local to national. Yep. Your competition, your real competition, is everybody that's on the radio. Yep. It's everybody that's on tour. It's everybody that's actually making some type of money or becoming popular and famous that they can just get booked to host events. Like something's happening in their lives that's changing their way of living, that's changing their income, that's changing their social status. Yeah. Right now, it might be a couple of little local people that's doing okay, and they're buzzing and they're on their way up there.
Who do you see in that spot?
So
who do you see that's making
now,
moves? Yep.
And this is from me as a DJ standpoint. Mm-hmm. John Ray, and I'm gonna tell you why. So, and that's not saying he's the best artist, whatever. Yeah. But right now, I can go to any club and play his song Perk Dick. Yep. People start singing it.
It's going to go off.
I can play a song, Say Cheese. Yep. People start singing it. I can play a song called Strip Joint. People start singing it. Yeah. I can play his song, My Team. People start. I can keep going with
So he's got joints.
Songs.
Yeah, and I agree.
So the point is to build a fan base to where you as an artist, you don't have to speak upon yourself because your fan base does.
I'll speak for you.
But right now, club-wise, and what the DJs is playing in the club, you got Jadamont and Loki 651.
Okay.
And like I said, this is not saying whose music is better or worse.
Yeah.
But I'm going off who's moving the crowd.
That's the perspective I want is the DJ's perspective. So that's
so
great.
we're going off what's
and
moving
those
the
are
crowd.
two names that I think would typically not get mentioned.
Yeah.
So that's
so that's because they may not be the super lyricists that you think they should be, or whatever your criteria as a dope artist.
Yep.
I'm going off who's moving people.
Yeah.
Because right now, as you well know, moving people is what's going to get you ahead.
For sure.
Because right now, we all know somebody that's super dope. Just like I can probably name off 3 DJs that y'all never heard of that's cold as shit. But nobody knows who they are because they only DJ in their basement. Because they never get booked. They never get no gigs. So it's the same thing with the artists. And I made a post the other day about it. There's a lot of artists. There's a lot of good music that comes out of Minnesota. But it has no direction, no management, no marketing, no promotion. And half the time the sound quality's bad.
Yeah, that's a big one for me.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot of dope songs where I be like, yeah, this dope, but this shit sound horrible.
Need
like
a better mix.
Yeah,
better engineer. Yeah.
And so, it's and then not even with the Northside Mount Rushmore, it's the NLU gang, NLUB, NLU Money, NLU Skeet.
Yep.
They're moving like I'm going off what people request from me.
Yeah.
Locally.
I feel you.
And to me, if someone that I don't know comes up to me in a club and say, yo, see if you can spin some of that John Ray. And it's not just one person.
Yep.
It's not John Ray's mama or his cousin or his homeboy or his manager. It's a actual fan.
Yeah. So
that's when you know someone is doing something.
So now we know your thoughts and feelings on that. What about a DJ Rushmore? Because low key, I feel like, especially after, I'm finding out now that really the DJs here are kind of the stars.
So the Mount Rushmore of DJs is me, and me. Nah, I'm just fucking shit.
That was some real Kanye shit right there.
But nah, I think once again, my natural instinct is fuck that Mount Rushmore. And I say it because you can swap any of us out in that Mount Rushmore. Mm-hmm. You can put any of the new cats on there. You got to remember, we all DJ differently. Yep. We all DJ at different spots. Mm-hmm. Some of us have different skill sets. Some of them are new and can't really DJ that good, but they're popular, so they get booked.
Who's not DJing good out here that's popular?
It's a couple of them. Like my guy, and I talked to my guy, Peace Boy, and I just met him last week.
Okay.
But I heard him DJ. Great energy, can host a little bit. He's young. His song selection was good, but instead of oh man, it's weak as hell. I'm talking to him like, all right, hey, yo, you got something going. Now let's work on your transitions. You need help? Let me know. You have to understand there's a rhythm to DJ. There's sometimes it's not what you play, it's how you play it and when you play it. There's a lot of things that some of these DJs don't understand, but he's popular right now. Okay. So he's getting booked everywhere. So at the same time, I can't call him a whack DJ because he's getting booked and he's getting money.
You kind of just did, though.
Nah, I just said he has stuff he needs to work on.
Okay.
Just like another up-and-coming, DJ Slap.
Yeah.
Up and coming. He hit me and asked my opinion. I said, yeah, you've been doing all right. You've been doing good at this, but just work on this. And that's going to come with time. Yeah. And I've never been the one to shy away from nobody. You know what I'm saying? And giving someone some type of help or guidance or whatever, especially if I know what you're asking me. This is XYZ. This is how you do this, and this. But the reason why I say fuck the Mount Rushmore is because whoever you put up there, they not gonna get no more DJ gigs. They not gonna get No more artists sending them the music because that part because the artists are lazy and they don't think about sending the music to the DJs. Somehow they think we're supposed to find their music out of millions of artists on YouTube and SoundCloud and Spotify and everything else. But it's not going to change any of our lives because it's once again, it's local shit. Our enemy is you talk to me, you talk to Advance, you talk to Ray Mill, you talk to Youngstar, and these are all my like brothers, DJ Ones, and that's the only reason why I'm naming them. DJ Crew, Slap, DJ Twin, we all trying to do more than just be Minnesota legends. I'm grateful to even still be relevant after how long I've been DJing. You know what I'm saying? So don't give me, and it's not like I'm just knocking everybody that supports me, because that's to be still here and even be in any type of body's mind of me still being a dope DJ in this new age and time is dope, and I respect it. But my thing is, help us get out of here. Help us get resident gigs at Vegas.
See, that's one thing that I don't quite understand, though, that I've never understood, is the wanting to get out of here.
So
why wouldn't we want to build the infrastructure here?
So this is my point.
So then the Rushmore could make sense.
So I'll give you an example. There was a period in my DJ career where I was tearing these clubs up. Nobody even really knew my name. Nobody knew who I was.
Okay.
I DJ'd for BET Weekend 2 years in a row. I went and DJ'd in Mazatlan, Mexico. Then I DJ'd a couple of Vikings parties. I went and DJ'd at King of Diamonds in Miami.
You didn't do a Love Boat, did you?
No comment. But nobody paid attention to me until all the outside cities start paying attention to me.
Yeah.
Till I start getting booked for all that stuff. For whatever reason, Minnesota respects me because Minnesota is really not known for DJs. At this day and age, it's not known for music and artists. So blowing up somewhere else is going to make people in Minnesota respect you more. But my point is not for us to leave. But imagine me getting a residency in Vegas.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
That means
means millions of people that come through Vegas every weekend, that comes in the club where I'm DJing at. All the artists that I got relationships, you know what happened? I'm spinning that shit.
Yeah.
So me being out of here helped me get the Minnesota artists out of here.
So how do we create this unity? Because this all sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
Like this sounds great, but like you're saying you don't owe them shit, but they don't really owe you shit either.
No.
So like, how do we create? Where do we find a spot in the middle where we can meet?
That's where build relationships.
Yeah.
So like,
if an artist wants to build a relationship with you, how do they do that? They got to come to the club? Because that doesn't feel like a good spot to build a relationship.
come to the club early.
Come early.
Or have an actual real conversation,
Yeah.
even on just social media. That's an actual conversation, not you forcing your music on me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Not telling me you the hottest.
Yeah.
You know, coming to us and understanding like, yo, I'm trying to get my music to all the DJs. What should I do? Blah, 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 blah. And I do this all the time. Send me your single and I do this on purpose. Send me the single that you're pushing to my email, and I'll let you know what I think. You know what happens most of the time?
Send you a link to their mixtape?
They send me a link, or they'll send me 15 tracks. That's tracks 1 through 15 with no names on it.
Yeah.
No album cover, no nothing. Yeah. And then I'll explain to them, this is why I told you the single. You have to understand, you have to have a direction with your music.
Yeah, because you're not taking that and having a listening party for their album.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to know which
they'll
is
be like,
the one.
I'm going to send you a bunch of stuff and you pick. That's being an A&R, and that means you should be paying me because A&Rs get paid to do this.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. See, and sometimes I still just do it out of the love because it's a person that I know. Like my guy Jizzle, like y'all don't understand the progress that this man has went through.
Talking about G.I. Jizzle?
G.I. Jizzle. Yep. Y'all don't understand. I know where he came from.
Yeah.
I know what he's been through. Yeah. I personally know him.
Yeah.
So when he asked me to do something or it's nothing to do because I have a personal relationship with him. But he also understands some shit cost. Whether he's paying me, whether he's paying for a service that I connect him with, whether he's paying somebody else for whatever services that he needs. He understands that concept.
You realize that after people see this interview, you're going to have a full inbox of people being like, hey, man, how you doing? How's your family?
Hey, that's cool. But I would respect that.
They're going to be on your ass.
But that's why this interview is here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, it's artists, like we said, we said earlier, artists either need to learn the business or have somebody representing them. And I will say the artists that approach me best have been artists that have a quote unquote manager, because at least the manager has some type of common sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Business wise. But with us DJs, just like right now, if an artist blows up, you know what happens to the DJ? Nothing. We still here.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, unless that DJ has a personal relationship with that artist, and then that DJ becomes that artist's road DJ.
Official DJ, yeah.
But when there's no personal relationship, when there's no relationship there at all, it doesn't happen.
Are you any artist's official DJ?
No.
You're not. Would you be? If
Yeah.
the situation was right?
And if the situation was
If
right.
John Ray called you and said, look, here's the deal.
I
need an official
DJ a lot of stuff for John Ray.
You do.
I mean, I am the go-to for a lot of artists.
Did you do the first verses?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did, right?
I'm the go-to with a lot of artists because I'm consistent.
Yeah.
And they know that I know what I'm doing.
They trust your brand.
Yeah, and they know that I'm gonna stay on their ass. What song is next? If we don't already have an order, hey, what's up? We gonna run through this.
Yeah.
The crowd ain't feeling this. I'm cutting this short. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case, they know I'm gonna try to guide them in the right direction. I'm not gonna send them off with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like you said, it's trying to figure out how to bridge that gap, and it's tough because a lot of these artists don't have the means to do what they really need to do, and that's really the overall problem. Whether it's the means mentally and business literacy wise, or financially.
Yeah.
They don't have the means to, or just because of the life that they live, they might not have the time to because of family, kids, their day jobs, whatever the case.
Yeah.
But Minnesota artists need to grind more.
Yeah. You are maybe the second or third person to say that today, that Minnesota, they're just not working hard enough.
Yeah. So like, they need to I think they probably need to travel, especially to like on the East Coast and down south. The way these independent record labels and these artists hustle, but you can tell they're spending money. Whether they spent the money on the backdrop, the banners, they merch, and whatever else the case, they, you know what I'm saying, they move and they work. They got a rap band that they just drive around these different states and yo, you ain't even got to pay me. Let me hop on the stage and do my one single.
Yep.
Go out to the next little city. You know what I'm saying? They don't know. They like I said, these artists here, they think social media and putting it on YouTube, and they don't understand. So, like, for example, there's a difference in you posting something on YouTube or any social media and how people look at it and respond versus this artist. Nobody really knows. It's not going to be seen the same.
Yeah.
Same thing with emails. So, like, that's the other beauty of having a relationship with DJs. One artist, I'm going to give y'all an easy tip. Build an email database just for DJs. So when you get a song and you got a single that you pushing, you can literally go on your email. Send one email to
blast,
30,000 DJs.
Yep. That's not just for art. That's anybody that has any kind of service should definitely be doing that.
And so, but you know, a secondary to that point, there's a difference in an artist that nobody really knows sending their music to a DJ versus a known, well-respected DJ sending it to other DJs.
Yeah.
Or Vertigo.
There's a gem right
or
there.
Green Hits. Or Team Bigger Rankin. Or 24K Mixtapes sending email. These are all prestigious places that are known to harbor great music. MP3 Wax. I hope y'all listening in this interview and y'all listening to these names. Y'all can definitely Google and look them up. So, you know what I'm saying? These are, and that's the issue. These are services. There's a difference in you sending your email out to 10, 15, or 100 people when these services go out to 40, 50, 60,000 people. ATL top 20. These are like record pools.
This is a lot of shit that people probably don't know.
Yeah.
So this is good. This is probably learning for a lot of people that are watching this.
And I'll tell you something. The funny thing about it, people get mad when, let's say, if me and you, we decided to go online and say, you know what? We going to hold a Q&A session to help all you artists out. It costs $5 to log in and dial in and get some of this information. Yep. They go, oh, man, niggas is charging us. And they going to be mad. And mind you, it's only $5. Everything that I just told y'all, which doesn't seem like a big deal to me, is nothing for me to say it to where somebody can watch this episode over and over and over and get all this information. These bits, there's somebody that's charging hundreds and thousands of dollars to tell you the same stuff.
We might have to charge them to watch this episode.
Yeah. Like dead ass. Like and like it's simple stuff to me. You can ask any artist I've ever dealt with. DB the Rasta, Meet the Blacks, G.I. Jizzle, John Ray, Jazzy. There's a lot that I'm missing, but those are the most current ones that's on the top of my head that they understand all the stuff that I talk to them and tell them about. And my best examples are G.I. Jizzle and DB the Rasta, because a lot of people that I was connected with out of state, they ended up going to and connect with these people. Yep. Oh, yeah, you know Inferno? Yup. And they got in, built their own relationship with them people, and that helped them with their careers. Yeah. Whether it was a little bit, a lot, or just to get them from this little bit, just a little bit further. Yeah. People don't understand that. This business is ran off money and relationships.
Yeah. So I've had a conversation recently with a couple people about gatekeepers. You have thoughts on this? Do you believe that there are gatekeepers here that really do keep gates, really keep people out, let people in?
Currently,
yeah,
no.
Okay.
If somebody tells you a gatekeeper, when somebody comes on this show, when somebody tells you they're a gatekeeper, that should already let you know they're not a gatekeeper.
J State. I'll say it if you're not going to say it.
So I'm going to say this. Yep. Next time someone tells you they're a gatekeeper means to me that at some point they've made it on the other side of the gate. And then they came back, and now they're sitting in the front of the gate picking and choosing who gets to go through this gate. As far as I know, nobody has really made it through the gate. And if they did, they made it through enough to get themselves on a little bit, and whatever buzz they had fizzled and died out. So, like, I'll give you an example. And Nimic Revenue. She, however she was moving with her music and everything else, she ended up getting a deal with Def Jam. Yep. She ended up writing for Danny Lay. All that shit is great. It's dope. Do you realize it was so many people hating on her and her music, and then talking about, well, she didn't come back, and she didn't put us on, and she didn't do this, and she didn't do that. Well, one, like we said, she don't owe y'all shit. Two, she still was working on establishing herself beyond the gate. Yeah. And she's established herself enough to where she's still doing what she's doing now. Yep. And that's great. But that only works for her. She's not in a position to start coming back and grabbing people. That's not her job. Her job is to do the best that she can for herself and her people. And if she blows up, just like the formula right now is Detroit, where once a few artists come out and they sound good and they blow up from Detroit, you know what the A&Rs do? You know what all the record labels do? They start checking for Detroit music. Yep. And they go to Detroit. They do their own little shows in Detroit. That's what we want to have happen here. But people don't support enough. A lot of people don't know. There's been guys from Def Jam here. There's been guys from Rock Nation here. Yep. And they held A&R situations and signups where it costs $50 to, you know how many people showed up? Not enough to pack the place out. Once again, artists is cheap, but they still gonna cry. They ain't giving me no opportunities. Ain't nobody trying to help me out. Blah 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 blah. Nah, you're not trying to help yourself out.
It's interesting.
Like it's like we go back to it. Some things just cost money, and yeah, maybe $50 is a lot to you to talk to an A&R, but otherwise, I would rather take a chance of paying $50 talking to a Rock Nation A&R that can maybe he'll go, wow, I like this guy. You know what? Let me make this phone call. And to be honest, I want to say if we're still on the topic of gatekeepers, I think the real gatekeepers, they not out here. You don't even know who they are. So somebody has a plug and connect because Wyna got signed to Rock Nation. She's from here. She and I don't understand why people don't like. I play her song. To me, she has a dope female anthem that girls turn up to. She was just put on the Bruise contract for the #1. It's been flipping between the #1 and #2 movie on Netflix. That's a big deal.
It's a really big deal.
Because a lot of people, this is another behind the scenes tip. Whenever your song gets played in movies, you get paid for it. Every single time that movie comes on, you get paid for it.
That's mailbox money right there.
Yeah.
For life, really. I mean, as long as that movie exists, that's mailbox money.
Yep. Like my friend, he's a lawyer for Cisco.
I know who he is. Shout out Chris Pham.
Cisco still makes so much money off the thong song.
For sure.
Without performing it, without doing nothing with it. Because it still gets played everywhere. So, and that's just an example what getting music placement, having your paperwork right. Just like right now, and then, see, it's my bad. I'm jumping all over.
No, you're dropping a lot of gems, man. You're dropping a lot of gems.
So, like, I DJ. I am a consistent DJ on Shade 45. The show that I DJ for on Shade 45 is solely dedicated to Midwest music. Do you know how hard it is to get artists to submit their music from Minnesota? I get more music from all these other states than I ever get from Minnesota. I just did my mix yesterday. My mix is airing this Sunday. Shade 45, Fake Shoe Drive. Shout out to my guys. And my entire mix, except 3 songs, is all Minnesota music. You would think that at the bare minimum, all these artists would at least be sharing my flyer and or submitting their music. Yo, Shade 4, but you know what? A lot of them are not even ready because it only really matters because if your paperwork's right and you can report to Mediabase or BDS, so you get credit for the spins that's on your radio.
You get paid.
And I guarantee you, Shade 405 is bigger than any radio station you can possibly think of.
Yeah. If we send you our theme song, will you play it on Shade 45? It's
already on the mix this Sunday.
Shit. Look at God. Nah, look at Inferno.
So, but that's to prove my point. A lot of people don't even understand how big that is. And or as artists, they're not even prepared to be able to take advantage of that. And like I can keep going on about not being prepared to take advantage of certain things like opening up for major artists and or paying to open up for major artists.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. You have filled this fucking floor with gems. They're all over the damn place. Hopefully everybody's picking them up. I think you've given them enough to ponder. I hope they watch this and take notes and don't do that. Oh, he's capping. Oh, I sent him my music, blah, blah, blah. So, just take notes.
So you got to remember, everybody does not make the cut for the mix.
Of course.
I don't care how hot you think you are. That doesn't mean the people like it.
Right.
So take a listen to your music and then listen to the music that's popular. And I'm not telling you to mimic them, but listen to the sound quality.
Find the algorithm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And find your grain, and whatever genre of rap, whether it's backpack, conscious, trap, East Coast, West Coast, down south, whatever you want to call it, there's a sound that goes to that.
Yep.
And you need to listen to that sound, and out of that sound, find your niche and your own sound. Be original.
And get people around you that will be honest with you.
Yeah.
Not people.
Stop having yes men around you.
Yes. Yeah, because they're lying to you, and they're not good. They're not good friends.
And I'm not in this interview to blatantly disrespect anyone, but you have to understand everything we've all been talking about these last few weeks about the Mount Rushmores and who's this and who's that is all local shit. Mm-hmm. Let's all figure out a way that we can take this same energy, this same situation, and get it on a national scale.
Agreed.
To where it matters to everyone, not just the North Side, not just St. Paul, not just the South Side. Yep. Stop capping like everybody's all of this. Like, shit, if you want to keep it real, this show cap, it's called Live on Lake, and we're on.
I don't know how to say it. Say it.
but that's what my point is not that you're not operating. It's not just you're not working. People just have to understand that all of this is just local.
Yeah.
And I applaud what y'all doing, but I'm going to always tell y'all, just like we started talking, y'all got to do more.
We're getting them ready for war, baby. That's what we're doing.
Saying? Our competition is Chicago.
Yeah.
Memphis.
Yep.
Tennessee, Ohio, St. Louis. Like that's who we are in competition with. That's who we should be aiming at. Yeah. That's who we should be going back and forth for who's the hottest in the Midwest. Fuck this local shit. And I'm a firm believer.
I halfway agree with you.
I'm a firm believer that I don't think that you have to blow up in your hometown first to make it big.
What making it big is blowing up. I mean, if you're making it big, you're blowing up in your hometown.
Yeah,
they're one and the same. I mean, like you ain't gonna blow up
but
in the
you
world.
know, people think that you got to be killing your city first in order to get that. Yeah. It can happen in reverse. Just like, for example, there might be a song that a Minnesota artist made that no one really cares about in Minnesota. Yeah, but I put it on Shade 405, and everybody from all these other cities like, yo, this shit cold. I'm a DJ from so-and-so city. Can you send me this song? This shit slaps. Yeah. So you always have to get your music out to the masses. You never know who's going to be hearing. Yes. Same thing with us DJs. We got to start moving better. DJs need to stop lowballing DJs. DJs need to, come together, stand up. Get some insurance for your equipment because they've been stealing equipment lately.
I done heard some stories.
But it's the key is stop focusing on local and get it bigger. Just like our platform here, we need platforms like Live on Lake, the Plug XL. I think it's a Dope Girl podcast with some girls. My girl Ty Lee.
Fuck all them other nah. Live on Lake Street. Fuck all that other shit.
But the thing is, though, we need all these outlets because our radio stations here are trash.
I'm playing. We do. We need outlets.
The TVs is not, especially when it comes to urban stuff. They're not really trying to have us on all that stuff. We got to damn near burn down some buildings. Somebody got to get killed for them to be in the
not even no damn near. That's what happened. Yeah,
exactly.
Facts.
It shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when you go down south, for example, or you go to New York, what's in the streets correlates to what's on the radio. Mm-hmm. What's on the radio correlates to what the DJ's playing in the clubs. Yep. It's all together. Yeah. So it's not a disconnect. Here in Minnesota, it's a disconnect. Yeah. Everything's disconnected because there are gatekeepers in the radio stations and with the TV stations. With the music-wise, there was, I can't even say Atmosphere and all of them was gatekeepers because they had a different genre and a situation. I give them their credit. They were the biggest independent label and may still be independent label for
Probably.
whatever type of rap that they have it.
Yeah, fuck
and
all-
shout
fuck all-
outs for
fuck all
them
that
dealing
shit.
with Mac Irv. You know what I'm saying? They got a little bit urban in them, just a
But
little
Mac
bit.
Irv ain't even rhyme sayers. That's Stop House. That's
Well,
different.
yeah, you're right. You're
That's
right.
different.
You exactly right. But
And
I think
that's cool and everything, but even that is like
yeah, but it's like
I'm sick of the face of hip hop being white.
But I will
Period.
say, like with Mac Irv, for
Says the
example,
white guy.
most of his moves that he's been making
Yep.
that's getting him bigger and better
Yeah.
has been other people I know outside of Stop House
Yeah.
and him doing stuff himself.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which
for
is
sure.
which is great, but his grime, like his music or not, he grinds.
Yeah.
He's doing what he's doing,
Yeah.
and instead of critiquing his music, some people should figure out what he's doing in the background.
Mac Irv makes great music. So
Yeah.
I don't know why anybody would have a problem with his music.
Some people should figure out what Jay Plaza does in the background. Somebody should figure out what John Ray does. Somebody should figure out what Nimic Revenue. How did she get signed to Def Jam? What happened in the background?
Yeah.
How did Wynette get signed to Rock Nation? I know, but I'm not gonna tell y'all because it's not my place to tell y'all. But like it's we as cities, as a state, have to do better.
Yeah. Well, this will shed some light, I hope. This right here, this conversation will shed some light, make some people think.
And
people in their bag.
to all my gatekeepers, let's figure out what gate you keep
Open that bitch up.
and figure out open it up.
Yeah.
Because if you not open it up for yourself and you just sitting on it and nobody's using this gate, what's the point in being the gatekeeper? Because the only other thing that you could be, you gatekeepers can be waiting for is trying to figure out how to get some money out of the deal, which is fine by me. But at some point, somebody from Minnesota needs to make it to that next level. And the city supports them, just like they support, all the artists support each other in different cities in Atlanta and in Memphis, where, in Memphis, they got their sides that battle each other, but that whole side supports this artist. This whole side supports that artist. And we have to get more support for each other. You have to get more support for the DJs. And I'm not asking y'all to support. You got to remember, y'all got to support us to support yourselves. Like, I'll give you a simple example. My worst pet peeve as a DJ is an artist coming and bringing me their song. And for whatever reason, I play it. And when I play it, you don't respond to your own music. So if you don't return up, go crazy, throw some money, pop a bottle, make a scene off your own music, how in the world do you expect somebody else to do it when you not even feeling it to do that?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
Yeah. I agree. You should be turning up to your own shit, especially if nobody in the club really knows who you are.
Exactly.
Get out on the floor and rap that shit like it's not you, like you know the song. Make people think it's a known song. Yeah.
Because I've watched it happen when some people do it, and it'll be like a crowd of 5 or 10 people, and they just going crazy, and everybody looking at them like, "What the fuck is this?" You know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold up. Like, and they start responding to
Yeah.
it, and then I get what song was that you played? I couldn't find it on Shazam. That right there, my brother, just earned you some fans.
Exactly.
But you also should have your paperwork right, so when people
So your shit's on
Shazam it, it
Shazam.
shows
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Facts. Yeah. Well, man, this conversation has been fun. We should wrap it. Make sure we keep people watching. But I appreciate you joining me, man. I appreciate all the gems that you dropped. Hopefully everybody's picking them up. But before we go, look into the camera. Tell them what you got going on. Tell them when these mixes are happening.
Woo! What up, man? It's your boy DJ Inferno, Mr. I Kill Clubs, Mr. Shade 45. Catch me this Sunday, Shade 45, 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. live, DJ in the mix. 90% of the mix is Minnesota music, so if you from Minnesota, you better check it out. If you submitted your song to me, listen for it. I'll put out the track list after Sunday's been played, so then y'all all can see the numbers and who's been on and this, that, and the third. Y'all can catch me at brunch every Sunday, Gold Room 11 to 5, tearing that bitch up. This Saturday, Rick Ross, Jeezy, 2 Chainz, the concert, and the after party. Y'all can catch me there. This Friday, I'm at R&B and Chill at Exchange. Then at the strip club, Augie's. Y'all can catch me vibing out. I'm still on top. I'm still doing my thing. Shout out to all my new up-and-coming DJs. Get on top of your shit so y'all can get this bread so we can go like a rocket out this bitch. Shout out to Live on Lake Street, even though we...
I don't know how to say it. Say it.
Let's go.
All right, man. This has been another episode of Live on Lake Street. We are on Lake Street. I'm Jake Faircloth. Follow me everywhere at Jake Faircloth1, DJ Inferno. We appreciate you, man.
Damn, what in high school, I let it blam, what I wasn't playing, what I'm coming straight out the south. Hey, genius, best watch your mouth. When I put up on P&B, right, that ain't he come out. You moving ounces, I just moved 100 things in a drought. You want the south side, outside the fence of your house. You talking all that, then wanna come talk it out. If you ain't talking money, you talking about.